Evening, everybody. Rob, Reseller Guy, coming tonight with a video with a question for my subscribers and fans out there, and anybody who watches my page or just generally sees this video. Um, as you know, I'm switching more into getting into the car parts, used car parts, and compared to what I've done in the past, like clothes and shoes and books and all that stuff. Although I do have from the previous storage units that I bought stuff that has to be listed, which includes books and these little things, which are, believe it or not, are selling like crazy. Little tubes. I have a ton of those things that I'm trying to list right now, and but my question is to everybody is, should I continue to buy individual car parts, go out and source car parts every weekend or when I can, weather permits? Because if you guys remember, you know, I work 40 plus hours a week. Selling on eBay is just a part time thing for me, a part time job, you want to call it, but it's not my full time gig yet. So I can only go out on the weekends. Now, like everybody else, I have a wife and two kids and a house and a dog and a cat and all that other crap. So I don't always get to go out and resource or source for product. So do I go and buy a parts car, or do I continue to buy parts or things that I think will sell? Now, I did go buy just recently those climate controls that you saw in my last video. Those are still listed. Got a couple watchers on them. The Jaguar headlight, it's still there. I reduced the price because remember what I said in the beginning. People who own Jaguars don't do work on their Jaguars on the weekends. So it was a calculated risk. Um, will I make double my money? No. I'll probably make 20 to 30% on what I paid for it, which is fine. I'm still making a profit. Generally try to keep it around 65%, if not 100% profit. So, do I go down there and buy the car parts, or do I buy a car, take it in my front driveway, part it out, and then sell it back to Copart for 40, 50 bucks, whatever I'll get for it? The question is, a used car, running or not, is probably including shipping and stuff like that because I'm not going to buy it here locally unless I see a good deal. Um, I'm just going to say for shits and giggles, it's going to run me about 700 bucks. Now, will I get 700 bucks right out of the gate? Probably not. That's a big investment. Um, Depending on the car, it would have to be more of an everyday car, not, a Jaguar. Um, maybe a Toyota Camry, uh, some kind of maybe SUV, something. I don't care if it runs or not because I'm really not going to be the guy that sits in my driveway and yanks out an engine or a transmission. So those things I'm going to factor in the fact that I won't buy something to sell it for those things unless somebody wants to buy it for me from the whole after I scrap it out. Or not part it out, not scrap it out. So, or do I keep going down to pick and pull and buying, $40 worth of car parts and hoping it sells? It's the same thing if I buy the other car. Do I hope it? Well, I hope it sell, obviously. Or do I? I don't know. I'm at a loss. I don't know as far as what to do for that. I'm still chewing on it. I still have a few things in here that from the storage units that have to be listed. I have to get my man cave slash garage back under control. It's still, as you can see, most of my video behind me. Um, there's crap everywhere. All over here, these are boxes and stuff that's got to be, put away. Behind you is all the books and stuff. To the right are some shelves that are up. Um, but I still have a lot of stuff I got to figure out what I got to get rid of. I got a ton of the stuff that's scrap that has to be sent out to get paid for. But that's really not the big deal of this video. Question is, I'm venting now or questioning everybody out there in YouTube world. What do you think is the better solution? Source the parts individually, or buy a car and hope it's the one you want to buy, and hope the parts sell. Same factor can go to buying parts on down there at Pick and Pull. Do I know which ones will sell? Obviously not. It's a game. It's a crap game. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. So, do I throw up 700-800 bucks? Let's just call it $1,000, depending on the car and shipping it wherever it is. $1,000. Depending on the parts, in the car, I could recoup that in a month or 14 days. It really doesn't. I don't know, but I know $1,000 worth of parts down at Pick and Pull would be almost a month and a half to 2 months of going down there every weekend to find parts. So I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do. Um, I guess I'm going to take a few more months or less to figure it out. In the meantime, I'll still keep going down and looking at parts down there at Pick and Pull to buy, and bring them home and flip them. And other than that, if you guys don't mind, I would hope those of you who watch this would give me a comment. What do you think is the best way to go? Um, Pulling parts individually off cars down Pick and Pull every weekend, or a parts car in the driveway, picking parts off of it and then selling it for scrap back to Pick and Pull. So let me know, guys. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. I always appreciate it. Basically, I hope you guys would give me a comment, give me some feedback. Whether you like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. But if you don't, that's cool. But an opinion would be helpful. Just your opinion. All right, guys. Thank you. Rob, reseller guy, signing out. Have a good evening.